Welcome back, guys. We are officially 2 weeks out from Westerns, which is going to be my qualifier for the next World Championships in Lithuania, June of this year. So as I've said before, the goal is to win this thing and stamp my ticket back onto Team Canada for the World Championships. So a question I recently received in the gym last week, which I'm going to address in this video, someone was asking me, one, why are your SBD workouts so long? And two, how do you stay fueled during those long sessions? How do you get through those sessions? So to back up a second, right now I have a 4-day-a-week split. So I am benching Monday, squatting, deadlifting Tuesday, benching Wednesday, then SBD on Friday, squat, bench, dense Friday. And so my SBD workouts can get pretty long. On average, they range from about 3 to 4 hours. Last Friday's workout, which just happened, was actually probably, I'm not even kidding, one of the hardest sessions I've had in my life. That session actually lasted 4.5 hours, and I'm not gonna lie, it was mentally draining and a challenge to get through. But today we're going to talk about a few things that I do in order to get through these long sessions, what you guys can do, and we're going to also talk about how that session went and how my prep leading up to Westerns is going. So let's get into it without further ado. So first, let's cover the nutrition aspect. Obviously, when training, you want to be properly fueled. So right now, I have on my training days, I have 6 meals or 6 times I'm eating. So I can actually break it down into more like 4 meals and 2 snacks. So I usually train after work on my training days. So I'll start my day with meal 1, which is breakfast, and that's usually right after I walk my dog after I get up. Then I start my work day, and around 10:30ish a.m. I'll have my first snack. Then in between noon to around 1, I have my second meal. I'll have my next snack around 3 p.m. And then so around 5 p.m. is when I have my pre-workout meal. And what I do with this pre-workout meal is I load more of my carbs into this pre-workout meal. So I'll kind of show on the screen right now the layout for my meals. But yeah, so as you can see that I have less carbs in my first 2 meals and my snacks, but going into my pre-workout meal, I have about 80 to 90 carbs. And so this strategy helps me to, have more carbs, which are going to help fuel my workout. And I place this obviously closer to my workout so I can be fueled during my workout. And another thing I do is I also allocate some of those carbs as an intro workout meal or intro workout supplement as well. So I'll sometimes have something like a Gatorade or a drink that has carbs inside of it. Or another thing I like to use are those Cliff Energy gels or Cliff Energy cubes. Just simple carb sources to help keep me fueled during my workout that are easily digestible, so I don't get stomach aches or anything. So those are a couple strategies that you can use to make sure that you are well fueled going into your session, and then also having a fuel source during those long sessions to help you go in. The other thing I'd like to mention is I've just also gotten better at, my body has adapted to these longer sessions, so I've gotten better at handling them. I remember when I first started doing SBD sessions, oh my goodness, it was a struggle. Don't get me wrong, I still find it hard, it's still tough, but I've definitely adapted to these longer sessions, and I'm better at handling them now. So let's talk a little bit about my prep. So as I said, I am 2 weeks. We are in the last stretch, and I am needing that taper. My body is a little beat up. My hip injury is doing pretty well. Like, my hip is probably a 2 or 3 out of 10 in pain, but it's really tolerating the higher intensities really well, which I'm happy about. And my shoulder injury that was bugging me a few months ago, again, probably like a 2 or 3 out of 10, but it hasn't gotten in the way of performance, which is great. So on Friday, I had a few heavy singles before back downs on squats. Same thing on bench, a few heavy singles before back downs. And then deadlifts, I just had straight sets of, my goodness, I can't remember. I think I had sets of 4 or 5 on deads. I'll show you in a second. And yeah, it was a tough workout. I got through it, but I'll show you some clips. And I was really happy with how fast my singles on squats are moving. I had a couple singles at 600 pounds, 605 pounds before my back downs at 550. and just look at the bar speed on those 605-pound singles. I'm pacing really well, and like compared to where I was in other preps, like I am just pacing for a really good performance and to really kind of push my total from North America's a bit further. And the other really big advantage I'd like to speak about which I have going into this competition, is the qualifications for Worlds are a little weird this year, as normally you'll have a nationals, pretty simply win nationals and you get that qualifying spot. But since Canada's trialing moving nationals to the fall, they're basically saying whoever has the highest total from an international meet or a regional meet will get that qualifying spot for the World Championships. So going in right now, I currently have the highest total of all the other Canadian male 83 kilo lifters, which I set at the North American Championships when I did 800.5 kilograms. So right now I am in the top spot, which is amazing. So my other competitors have to not only beat me in competition, but beat my total in order to stop me from getting that world spot. So right now everything is in my hands. I just have to show up, execute on the day, and do what I know I'm capable of, and I should have that spot. Thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. If there's any topics you want me to cover, let me know in the comments below. And lastly, I got lots of cool KF merch. Links will be in the description. Support the channel, support me, train hard, train smart, get CAFIT, and we will catch you next time.